Now let's take a look at drug benefits management. Drug benefits management is where a company will take medical coverage from one insurance company and prescription coverage from another company. Okay, they're called BPMs, okay? Now, typically BPMs will provide their own network of either, pharmaceutical companies or pharmacies that are within, that they'll cover. Okay, usually it's going to be companies that the BPM was able to negotiate better prices with. Okay, for example, if a bottle of Tylenol 3 would typically cost $100 at CVS, okay, the BPM will be able to go ahead and negotiate a price of $50 for a bottle of Tylenol 3. Now, this works similar to the the group, the collective purchasing, except that it's being outsourced, quote unquote. Okay, it's being outsourced to a drug benefits management company. Now, again, they'll provide their own network of prescription coverage. Okay, the typical pointers here are it's going to lower the cost associated with drug benefits utilization. The way this works is let's say the first insurance company that's covering medical expenses. Okay, now if they be covering medical expenses plus drug benefits, they'll have a higher payout. They'll have a higher their risk gets substantially higher. What happens here is that we're telling the insurance company, look, you'll never have to pay for prescription benefits. The only thing you might have to pay for is medical expenses. We go ahead and tell the BPM we want coverage specifically for a prescription medication. The BPM says, okay, no problem. As long as I don't have to cover the medical expenses, I'll give you a great premium. I'll give you a great rate. So it lowers the cost associated with drug benefits utilization from both ends, from the insurance company covering the medical expenses and from the drug benefits company, because they're able to negotiate cheaper rates. It's it's similar to health, it's similar to HMOs and PPOs where the prices and rates are negotiated, settled on, and then provided. That's where the insurance company will go negotiate with a group of doctors, or a group of doctors will go and band together offering services for X amount or whatever it is. So BPMs work in a pretty similar way. Let's take a look at wellness programs. Wellness programs are where employees will join the program to enhance their health. Okay, the health issues that they're trying to enhance might vary, but they typically cover a wide area. They can be developed to address, a very wide range of health issues. Now, the key pointers here are, first of all, it lowers the health risk among all the participants in the program. With lower health risks, the premiums get reduced. In addition, this is a benefit from a different perspective. It reduces health-related operational losses, typically absence and whatnot. But again, that's the basic overview of wellness programs. Now, what it all boils down to, all these 6 alternative benefits, these alternative benefits options that businesses might offer, really boil down to understanding the costs. Okay, what it boils down to is, first of all, understanding the costs. Okay, once we understand the costs, once we know if the cost of premiums are either due to increased prescription benefits utilizations, if they're due to cost of specific industry-related risks, is there something wrong with our office, are there risks that our office has there, etc. Once we understand the cost, we take a look at, are there ways to lower the cost? Are there ways to lower the cost for us? Are there ways to lower the cost that the insurer is going to have to assume? Once we know those two aspects, we go ahead and we try to figure out how can we develop a creative cost containment plan. We need to come up with strategies for cost containment. And then finally, all these alternative benefits are taking advantage of cashless compensation and associated tax benefits. Now, when trying to understand the cost that insurers assume, let's take a look at where the money we pay the insurer actually goes to. Okay, let's take out of every dollar. Okay, out of every dollar we pay the insurer, this is the breakdown. 3 cents of every dollar is profit for the insurance company. 4 cents of every dollar we pay goes to pay for customer service expenses. 6 cents of every dollar we pay goes to claims processing or other administrative services. Again, this is where either third party administrators or administrative services only companies come in, right? We're cutting that 6 cents out of every dollar out of the expense. 5 cents of every dollar goes to other medical services, right? This might be to pay for doctors, some doctors' fees, etc. Not the medical fees, other fees that doctors might charge. 14 cents of every dollar goes to drugs, to drug benefits. This is where prescription benefits management companies come in. We're taking that 14 cents out of the premium. 15 cents goes to cover outpatient costs. 20 cents goes to cover inpatient costs. And 33 cents goes to cover physician services. Okay? If we can take a look at all these things and focus on everything aside for the insurance company's profit and the insurance company's customer services expense. We can focus on everything else to develop creative, cost-effective, cost containment strategies. Okay? Now, let's take a step back. Why are benefits offered? Why would businesses go through the complication of developing benefits packages? Okay, why bother? There really is only one goal. Businesses offer benefits to maximize workforce productivity. They want to maximize the output that their employees give them. Now, how that productivity is maximized, it consists of two categorical viewpoints. The innovators of health packages typically issue benefits to build relationships with their employees. And the ones who are more or less following the trends will typically issue benefits to stay competitive in talent recruitment. Again, both of these viewpoints are looking at maximizing productivity from two different angles. Okay, the overall goal is to maximize productivity. How they achieve that maximized productivity, leaders want to build efficient relationships with their employees. They feel that by developing strong relationships with their employees, the employees will produce more output. The followers are doing it to be able to recruit the most productive talent in the workforce. Okay, the overall goal is to maximize productivity. But now, why would employers want to maximize productivity? So that's one simple reason. Maximized productivity means maximized return on investment. Okay? Businesses invest in people as much as they invest in property, plant, and equipment. The people they invest in provide the productivity, right? If a business invests in a computer. Okay, a business buys a computer. The people they hire will create the productivity for that computer, right? So people provide productivity. The maximized productivity equals a maximized return on investment. That's why businesses seek to maximize productivity. They want to maximize the return on investment. Okay, the people that they invest in provide the productivity that the company winds up with will determine the return they get on their investment. Not just the investment in the employees, but the overall investment on any property, plant, and equipment they might make, any capital expenditure a company might make. Typically will involve human productivity. Now, this really leads into the next topic. Okay, because businesses are seeking to maximize the return on investment, the benefits package that they offer as a vehicle to maximize the return on investment needs to be developed with that goal in mind. Now, in developing a health benefits package, Rick Wagoner was a former CEO. He was the CEO of General Motors before he left. General Motors, in its prime, was considered a global scion in corporate strategy and business development. Okay, he was quoted as follows. I'm sorry. There are two. We're going to take Rick Wagoner. From one viewpoint, we're going to take McKinsey & Co.'s viewpoint on the flip side. Okay? Rick Wagoner was quoted as follows. The healthcare system is a problem that threatens the competitiveness of American corporations. At the time of, during the storm, during General Motors' storm, there were very fierce negotiations with unions regarding health benefits, etc. McKinsey & Co. had a different viewpoint. McKinsey & Co.'s viewpoint was that a company should take a product development approach when designing benefits packages.